Hi, I'm Courtney Johnson from MountedShooter.com, and today in our new shooters series, we're going to be talking to you about the pistols that you can use for cowboy mounted shooting. The first thing you want to do before ever picking up any firearm is to make sure that they are unloaded. These pistols have been checked and double checked and are unloaded. So let's take a look at the different types of pistols that are out there in .45 caliber. The first one that somebody might suggest to you is a .45 semi-automatic. This is what you see a lot in movies and is not desirable for the sport of mounted shooting and is not allowed. Another type of pistol, even though it's a revolver, that is also not allowed in the sport of mounted shooting is a double action. Even though it's a revolver, it requires you only to pull the trigger back, and that in turn pulls the hammer back to fire the weapon. This is not allowed in the sport. The pistol that you want is a single action revolver. Single action means that you have to pull the hammer back to shoot the firearm, and as you do that, it rotates the cylinder to the next available round. So let's focus in on the .45 specifically. There are several different companies that make single action .45 revolvers. You can go with a traditional Colt, Ruger also makes them, Taylor's & Company, Cimarron, and EMF, just to name a few. So when you're looking for a single action revolver, there's a couple different things to consider. The first thing is the grip that you want to have and what is your preferred style. So if you look at this one here with the wood grain, it's the traditional style grip for single action. The one up above it is the Bisley grip. You'll notice it's longer and drops down a little bit more. And then we've got the bird's head. This is my preferred handle. Women and children tend to like this because it fits smaller hands better. You'll also notice that these guns have different barrel lengths. My pistols have really short barrels. You can get them longer than that if you would like. I like a shorter barrel that makes it faster to clear the holsters when I'm changing guns and trying to go really fast. So this is the factory hammer that most single action revolvers will come with. As you can see, it's pointy and it's more the traditional spur style. You can switch out, like a lot of mounted shooters do, for a different hammer that makes it easier to reach. This is the Bisley. The great thing about this is that it's much lower. However, it's going to have some frame modifications made to be able to fit this into your pistol. Another option is the Super Blackhawk hammer. This one can be installed at home with the help of a YouTube video and can be done on your own, or you can take it to a gunsmith as well, but it is also lower than the traditional factory hammer, and it makes it easier for you to get your thumb up there and provides some grip so your thumb doesn't slip off. Another thing that competitors have done is to have an action job done on their pistols. This is my personal competition pistol. I've had the Super Blackhawk hammers put in, and then a gunsmith lighten the springs and work the internals to allow for smooth firing. The gap between the barrel and the cylinder has been widened to allow for black powder buildup. And the cylinder is a free spin pawl so that it can spin both directions. You don't have to have this put on your pistol, but it was just a feature I wanted to have. Another thing that I recommend is choosing barrels that are stainless steel as opposed to blued. The black powder that we shoot can be super corrosive, so stainless steel tends to clean up and hold up a little bit better. Finally, I recommend that you get your hands on every type of pistol that you can possibly get your hands on before you make an investment in a pair of pistols. It's a large investment, and hopefully one you only have to make once, so you want to make sure that you make a really good decision. Thank you for watching this episode in our new shooter series. Be sure to stay tuned next week where we're going to talk about the ammo that we use for mounted shooting, and don't forget to check out MountedShooter.com.